Hi gang, this is the first of a series of videos that I'm going to make for all my platforms regarding my hypnosis business and what I'm actually doing. What I'm actually doing for people, how it works, why it works, where the failures are, what can work for you and me, because I first started hypnosis for me. I didn't realise it was hypnosis. It was sort of like coaching for my martial arts. I wished I had the confidence that I achieved through martial arts training, which ultimately led to healing arts, and we'll talk about that again, when I was at school, because I was bullied at school. So that's why I went to martial arts classes to learn jiu-jitsu. When I started to work for the AA, I was probably one of the youngest AA patrols in the world in those days. They were taking people on at age 21, and I was sort of like 19, having just come out of a trade, having done my apprenticeship. I wasn't really prepared for going into the centre of Manchester, a city centre, to do breakdowns at 11 o'clock at night, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, in some of the areas of Manchester that I wouldn't have chosen to go to myself. But I had to go because it was my job, and I had to go and rescue other people. So I had to be bright, brave, alert, and on point. And I found that the martial arts training that I did from being 17 prepared me for that. And martial arts training, martial means sort of like regimented. It's like almost like a military discipline, like you get a court martial, and a marshal is a sheriff, if you like. I know it's spelt different, but it's all basically the same sort of meaning of discipline, authority, determination. And by being told by my sensei, my karate instructor from many disciplines that I learned from, because I ended up doing multi-style, which is like mixed martial arts. You do what you're told without question. It's a bit like in the army when Sergeant Major tells you to do something. The old joke, you know, when I tell you to jump, you know, you say how high. You don't say yes or no. You just do what you're told. So I did what I was told because I didn't have any fighting ability. And I became very good, and I got my black belt within 5 years. Now, the mental discipline to overcome fears of hitting people, which didn't come naturally, and being hit, and being thrown and throwing people, and applying pain, and then people doing that to me, was completely out of my comfort zone. But I didn't realise at 17, 18, 19 that I was being hypnotised by the dojo, by the environment, by the instructor and the instructions. And it became second nature. If you haven't done karate and you've learnt to drive a car or ride a bike, anything that you've learnt through hypnosis. Conscious hypnosis with your eyes open. But there's been some mental coaching, some emotional conditioning, and you've gone through maybe some pain to get the pleasure at the end of it, and now you don't think about driving a car. I'm talking to you now, and I find that driving a car puts me into hypnosis. Running puts you into hypnosis. If you're a jogger, swimming, anything repetitive, playing the keyboard for me. So I've realised that hypnosis has been the way I've learnt everything. And a child is in hypnosis from the age of 0, being born, a baby. A boy till about the age of 11, and a girl till the age of 9. And in fact, those are old stats. That was when I did my psychology degree. People are saying now it's probably more like 7 and 9. A girl comes out of hypnosis at 7, develops strategic critical thinking, and a boy at the age of 9. These are just averages, and it differs for some people. But when you're in hypnosis, when you're in that brainwave of rapid learning, when you're in the alpha theta realms, which are clinically measurable, we'll talk about that again, but not now. You learn things without criticism, judgment, or questioning. Therefore, all your filters are down, it gets absorbed rapidly, and it quickly, the learning is incorporated into your everyday ways of thinking, acting, and behaving. So I went then from martial arts into teaching healing arts, and then I set up my own mentoring company, and I realised that the element that was missing when I first started was the trance training, was visualisation and repetition and NLP. So I went and did some training courses in NLP, and then I did a master practitioner course, and then got into hypnology, hypnosis, mesmerism, and all things energy and consciousness. So when I'm working with other people, what I've realised is that they can learn rapidly by creating that childlike mind of a boy or girl up to the age of 9 or 11. If you can create the conditions that you learnt most of the things that made you who you are, which is in your adolescent years, then you can actually change who you are in your senior years, your adult years, your mature years. Because once the neocortex changes in your mind and you start to grow this front lobe, which is your conscious thinking, you start to shift your personality into questioning, judgment, and it hinders acceptance. This is why children believe in the tooth fairy, and they believe in Father Christmas and all the fairy tales that you tell them, that they don't question it, and that becomes their reality. But as we get older, we question it, so it doesn't become our reality. So we've got to get to that place where we've got that childlike brainwave, not childish, but childlike brainwave. And then we've got to talk to ourselves, or as a therapist, I talk to other people as if they are an intelligent child. So I'm creating a childlike state in my clients, eyes open or eyes closed. More effectively eyes closed, but it's not a prerequisite, not necessary. And I'm doing it to myself when I want to shift myself. And I use NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, neuro the brain, linguistic language programming, conditioning. And through repetition, using the right words, connecting it to visuals, images, I can change myself. And because I've learnt the skill to be able to operate myself and shift myself, I'm very good at helping other people. And I've sort of been working with hypnosis now for over 30 years, and my success rate is pretty much 100% to varying degrees of success. That I always create change, but then it takes the other person, the receiver, to do their bit as well. So I'm going to talk more about this, but this is almost like Hypnosis Files 1, telling you really what hypnosis is and what it isn't, and I'll talk more about this in part 2. How I got involved in it and why and who I am. But you don't need this video to find that out. You can just hashtag MrMikeGarner and see me on all the platforms, or hashtag MrGTV, or check out my professional qualification and profile on LinkedIn Corporate. And at any time you want to chat, I'm here for that. So check back for more from me for free on Mr. GTV. My name's Mike G, or wherever you're viewing this presentation. And I'm going to take you through a journey of my learning and the benefits of hypnosis, and some of the cases that I've been working with, some of the people that I've been working with, and animals, which will surprise you. I work with places spaces and faces. You can hypnotise a space. You can hypnotise a face, a person, and it could be a dog's face or a cat's face or a bird's face. And you can hypnotise a place. It's probably something you'd never considered or didn't realise. But I actually pushed the extremes of programming, understanding that we're just pure vibration. So we'll talk about this later on down the road. But I'm going to say bye for now. Be powerful, enjoy your mind, and don't just accept everything I say. I offer this for your consideration. Research it. God bless.